You ever just have a pet dog that you love so much, and then one day that pet dog just decides to get up and sucker punch you in the face for no reason? Welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm Hexalina, and well, I don't really make Overwatch videos anymore. I used to make some Overwatch videos, but they didn't really do well, but this time I'm making an Overwatch video because it has to be said. So Overwatch recently reverted back to, well, Overwatch. The Overwatch 2 experiment, or, you know, PvE, that's dead, that's gone. So we're back to being Overwatch, and the first season of the new Overwatch, well, Return, was really good. Conquest it was called, and, you know, it started off a new arc, the Reign of Talon. It brought in 5 new heroes. All of them were pretty fun and interesting, and new additions that made the game, you know, a bit better. Some characters felt a bit too strong. I think Jetpack Cat and Domina were definitely a bit too overtuned, but, you know, it was fine. This new season was really good. And now season 2 of this new era of Overwatch has begun, and it's a new season? The same bull. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't actually mean about most of the new content added into this new season. The rework, Antarctic, I'm not saying the last bit, I don't know how to say it. That's good. The rework was good. I liked the rework. It was great. It's a great rework. It makes everything play better on that map. I actually enjoy playing that map now. I am happy with that rework. The accolades post-credit match, also great. It's basically the card system from Overwatch 1, but a bit more modernized, and yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm glad we have it. I like having a choice to vote for a random map too. I like the fact that now voting on a map, if it's a map that has an attack and a defense team, it now tells you if you'll be defending or if you'll be attacking. I like that. That's a good change. The new event, the new lore event, as I will call it, is also really good. I love them actually putting more lore into the game than just outside of things. So, yeah, they did add a lot of good stuff. Oh, and if you're a fan of cosmetics and you really want to spend your money, there's a lot of good cosmetics in the shop right now. They did really well with these cosmetics. They're just good. They're good cosmetics. They're pretty good at making cosmetics. But the one thing that will hold Overwatch back till the end of time, especially nowadays, it's the balancing dev team. The balance team needs new faces or needs something fresh. The balance for this game has been atrocious since Season 9 of Overwatch 2, and it's never recovered from that. Now, don't get me wrong, I think the changes in Season 9 weren't that bad, but they weren't good either, and they've stuck to their guns with these changes, and fine, whatever. Again, those changes, I think we could manage to get into a better balanced spot, but they clearly don't know how to do that. This most recent patch has just proven to me that the developers, the balance team, just look at numbers and they listen to nothing else. Because in what world are we in where Mercy finally gets a new addition to her base kit, which is taking one of her major perks and putting it in the base kit? They nerf that base kit now, which is fair, that's understandable. But then they nerf her healing in a game that already has a 30% healing reduction the moment you take any damage from any source. And then they nerf her movement on top of that, which is the only thing she has to keep herself alive from people that are diving her. All because they added a new thing to her kit. Yet if we look at Reaper, who also got one of his major perks added to his base kit, all they did was basically increase its cooldown, and that's it. He didn't get any other nerfs. Why? How is that fair? I would argue that Dire Triggers are a much more impactful addition to Reaper's kit than Mercy's Flash Heal, because Mercy's Flash Heal, as much as I like it, it's just a weaker version of other stuff that's already in the game. But then Reaper, who is supposed to be weak to mid to long ranges, now has an option to deal with mid to long ranges heroes, and he doesn't get any other nerfs. And then Lifeweaver also gets the same treatment of them adding something from his perks into his base kit, and he gets buffed. He gets buffed. Not nerfed, buffed. It makes no sense. Like, they nerfed a lot of the support's movement abilities in this most recent patch, but then Cassidy, who has been super annoying to deal with for the last couple of seasons, hasn't gotten touched at all. And we also add a new hero who, I will be real, is really cool. I'm happy to see them. But they add a new hero that has a aimbot ability, and then they nerf all the movement that most heroes have. Like, I don't get this. I don't get what the balance team is doing. What was the thought process behind any of this? Usually, I don't get mad at balancing anymore at a video game, but Overwatch is doing so many things right, except for one thing. It's one biggest flaw. The balance team needs to go, or they need to get their act together. They need to listen to the community instead of looking at numbers, because I don't care if the comparative numbers tell you that, oh, Mercy still has a decent win rate or anything like that. It doesn't matter to me. Mercy can have a decent win rate, but she can still feel terrible to play with or against. Reaper can have a terrible win rate, but still feel annoying to fight against. It doesn't matter what the numbers tell you. You should be focused on human feedback, not numbers, what humans have to say. You can take numbers into account for your balancing, but listen to what the players are telling you. If the players tell you that Mercy isn't fun to play right now, it doesn't matter if she has a high win rate or a high pick rate. If people tell you Mercy isn't fun, maybe look into that. But the devs just don't want to do that. And when they do that, when it actually looks like they're going to do something positive for once with Mercy, maybe actually make her a bit stronger, they then make her worse because they have to make this BS excuse of, oh, well, Mercy has to, you know, we give her a flash heal, but now we have to nerf her base kit because she'll have too much power otherwise. But, you know, Lifeweaver, who's now got a cleansing grip, he can get buffed. You know, it doesn't matter that, you know, we can't just test these changes before we make nerfs. No, we gotta just nerf Mercy already. And then, when people probably bitch and moan about that, we'll just leave it as it is, because, well, the numbers tell us that nothing has changed. Mercy is still a good pick rate, Mercy still has a good win rate, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna keep her as she is. Even though all it's been for the past few years is Mercy players telling you, Mercy sucks. And she's sucked for a long time. And the fact that the devs just refuse to rework her or even just give her any meaningful buffs. In fact, the only time where they could have done that with Flash Heal, they nerf her at the same time. No other hero gets this treatment, by the way. It's just Mercy. And I get it. My frustrations is more personal because, again, I'm a Mercy quote-unquote one-trick. I only play Mercy. But even if I was just a Mercy one-trick, which I don't believe I am nowadays, yes, I still mostly play Mercy, but I play other supports, I play DPS, I play tank, I play all the roles now. I still think the idea of them just completely gutting a hero for really bad reasons, no matter who it is just terrible. If you don't like how Mercy's kit is designed, then just rework Mercy. Yes, you'll have people upset that you reworked a hero that they like, but that hasn't stopped you from reworking Sombra 20,000 times now, has it? This is basically just a quick rant video, really, just to talk about how I love Overwatch. I've loved Overwatch for 10 years, and I love all the new things they're doing when it comes to adding all these new systems, these cosmetics. All that is generally a good addition. But that doesn't mean anything. These good additions don't mean anything if the game is just poorly balanced. They need to get their act together on the balancing team. They need to listen to player feedback more than percent numbers. They need to listen. And they're not listening when it comes to balance. They'll listen to everything else, but when it comes to balance and skin prices, they don't listen. So this is a cry, no, a plead to anyone who can even get any contact who works on Overwatch to tell them that the balance team needs to listen to what people have to say instead of looking at comparative percent numbers. Please, please listen.